Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. As you can see, I finished 4th overall and 1st in England in the 2021 season in FPL, and I would like to share some tips and tricks to help you along your FPL journey. Let's dive straight into it. So looking back at my game at 35 points, I got 64 in the end, which was 23 above the average, so a really good week, and I'm now just outside the top 25k as well, so I've rebounded since last week's atrocity. So yeah, decent game week. Obviously I picked the correct captaincy shout in De Bruyne. He came away with a goal and 3 bonus as well as a clean sheet, which obviously added up to 11 points. So yeah, really happy with that. It was a bit of a differential as well because he was under 10% owned in that game week. So yeah, I made the right choice there. Guardiola got a clean sheet and 2 bonus as well against Wolves at home. Again, really happy to own him. Bowen got obviously a goal against Spurs and came away with 2 bonus as well, so he was another return in my team. And then the last but not least was Alexander Isak, who got a 9-pointer, so he scored a penalty late on against Brighton and came away with all 3 bonus. So yeah, he might be the player that leaves this team actually this week, but I'm in an RN about that because he's just so consistent for Newcastle and Chelsea at home. I believe he can get something against us, so me being a Chelsea supporter. So yeah, I'm hesitant about selling him, but at the same time, the 3 fixtures that he's got coming up are against top 6 defences at the moment. So yes, I'm in a predicament, but hopefully I'll make the right choice. And obviously, last but not least, there is another return in my team, and that is Mbeumo, who was a popular captaincy shouts for game week 35. He actually came away with 0.18 expected goal involved as well, so kind of lucky to get that assist against United. But he does go missing sometimes in some games, and then he just comes alive in games like Brighton at home and Leicester away, for example. I think he got a 19-pointer there. Yeah, Southampton away. So he's kind of a flat track bully in that he returns against the newly promoted teams and goes missing against most of the other teams in the league. So yeah, unlucky for you captained him, but for me it obviously paid off going for De Bruyne on that Friday evening game against Wolves. Not much to report on the bench as well, only 3 2-pointers and then 1 3-pointer. So yeah, decent game week. Hopefully it pushes me in the right direction in terms of getting into the top 10k, because that is the aim for me. But at the same time, top 100k finish looks likely on the cards at the moment. So yeah, really happy with that. So now looking at my game at 36 team, my bench boost is active, as you can see top left or just middle left on your screen. So the bench reads as Kepa, Salah, Kirkes and Livramento at the moment. I have got 2 free transfers, so I might spend them on either Livramento or Salah potentially, and Isak as well, or Marmoush, because Marmoush has been quite disappointing, and against Wolves he wasn't very lively, and again he was another captaincy shout for people. So yeah, 0.15 expected goal involvements for a striker is not good, and he was actually playing on the wing in that game because De Bruyne was the false 9 striker. So yeah, he might be leaving the team this week, but at the same time he has got Southampton away, so I'm a bit hesitant on selling him, understandably. But Pep has confirmed in the press conference that Erling Haaland is back fit and available and could start, so that's a bit of a scare, but I think my decision will be to keep Marmoush for this week, because Southampton away is just a fixture you can't really reject on paper. It might leave the team next week, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, going back to the bench, so Kepa and Kirkes, I'm not really expecting a clean sheet against Villa, but at the same time, this is my last chance to play the bench boost chip. So yeah, it's not the worst opportunity against Villa at home, and Bournemouth are decent at home as well. So yeah, just fingers crossed for the off chance of a clean sheet. As I said before, Livramento might leave the team for someone like Collins from Brentford, or Ruben Diaz if I decide to move Marmoush out of the team, because as you can see at the moment I have got 3 City players, so if I want to go to Diaz I would need to free up a City spot, and De Bruyne is not going anywhere unless there's a leak before the 3 PM deadline or the 1:30 PM deadline on Saturday afternoon. So yeah, that's the kind of state of the bench at the moment, and obviously Salah is there. I think if I was actually playing this team I would actually bench Salah for this week, because he has looked a bit lacking recently, and yeah, the points tally kind of replicates that as well. So yeah, I just feel like Liverpool are on the beach at the moment, and Arne Slot has actually come out in this press conference saying that a couple of the Liverpool players had a holiday midweek, so they're probably, yeah, their minds are probably on the beach at the moment, more so than actually playing in the league. So yeah, hopefully Salah will actually return for me if I don't sell him in the next 3 fixtures, because I believe aside from Arsenal, the other 2 fixtures are actually quite decent. So yeah, again, I'm a bit hesitant on selling him as he has broken so many records this season. And yeah, as you can see, the points tallies that he's racked up this season are just ridiculous. So I think it's just a bit of me getting carried away in terms of considering selling him, but at the same time, it's only FPL, so yeah, it's not the be all and end all if I do decide to sell him. But yeah, you'll see in the next video what I decide to do. Moving on to the starting 11, I've got double Forest defence against Leicester. I'm just hoping that despite them being, I think they're one of the top 3 worst defenses, sorry, in the last 6 game weeks. So yeah, I'm not optimistic about a clean sheet, but at the same time, it is Leicester at home and probably one of the plum fixtures in the calendar. So yeah, hoping for a clean sheet. And then 8 Nuri, Brighton at home. He looks so attacking against City, and he actually hit the post for a good chance. I don't know if it reflects. Yeah, 0.22 expected goals against City. So he's just so attacking, and Brighton at home is a really good fixture to have. So yeah, he would be in my normal starting 11 this week. Yeah, he's not going anywhere for the last 3 fixtures either, because they're all pretty decent, all things considered. And then Gvardiol to round off the defence for this week. Southampton away. Again, it's a plum fixture, isn't it? So I won't waste my breath on him. But yeah, if he's playing at centre back, his BPS, which is bonus points system, baseline is actually really good. So it basically means that he will pop up with 2 bonus, for example, against Wolves, if he plays centre back, and then if he plays left back against Southampton, that'll just be the dream, because he will be so attacking, and Southampton aren't the best defensively. Moving on to the midfield, Mbeumo is the captain for this week. As I mentioned previously in this video, he's just a flat track buddy, and yeah, he loves playing against the promoted team. So I'm hoping that he comes out with a double-digit haul. He will be the most captained player this week as well. So maybe it's a safe pick, but at the same time, I think it's sensible. Kluivert against Villa at home. Yeah, again, it's not the best fixture on paper, as I discussed with Kepa and Kirkes, but Kluivert can return against anyone, and he is on penalties as well. So although his past points don't necessarily reflect that, he did come away with a 22-pointer against Newcastle away, which isn't a great fixture on paper. So yeah, weirder things have happened, and he's in the team for this week. Bowen, United at home, United away. Again, another great captaincy option for this week, because I think United will rotate obviously after booking their spot in the final of the Europa League. I think they will rotate their team with the likes of Bruno. I'm not sure if he will actually start, but yeah, their key players I think will be rested at some point over the next 2 weeks before the final. So yeah, maybe Bowen could be a captaincy shout for this week, but yeah, not for me. I'm just glad that he's in my team. Again, he's still a bit of a differential, because only 11% actually own him in the whole game. So yeah, happy to own him. And then De Bruyne, I've seen a lot of people dissect their teams and yeah, completely rip them apart in order to get KDB in for this week. For me, I'm not sure if he actually starts this fixture, but again, the same with Marmoush. I'm not going to go out my way to sell him against Southampton away. And yeah, from all records purposes, I think he will actually start. And hopefully he does get a return. So he is my vice captain for this week, and yeah, I captained him last week as well, so I know what it is it's like for a De Bruyne return. So hopefully he does repeat that action, and same with Marmoush if he does start, which I hope he does. I think he will as well. Southampton away is a fixture that I can't turn down on paper, so yeah, fingers crossed he repays my faith. And then obviously Chris Wood, another plum fixture, Leicester at home. Again, he's another captaincy shout. That's a common theme for this team actually. But yeah, I think Wood can be considered as a captaincy shout. He's probably 3rd on my list, but obviously I've only got room for a captain and a vice captain. So yeah, I think he hopefully will score against Leicester, because it is probably the easiest fixture on paper at the moment. But yeah, I'm not going to try and jinx it and get ahead of myself. I think again, I've seen people rip up their teams to try and get Wood in, and it's between him and Visser. Luckily, I've got Wood already, so I'm in a unique position. But for me, I'm going to go Visser over Wood if you're in that position. Visser's just got that goal threat, and Chris Wood has been, dried up recently as well, so since coming back from injury. So yeah, for me it's Visser over Wood, but obviously that's up to your discretion. And then last but not least, Isak is in the team at the moment. I may sell him to Visser, sorry. He's just the one person that is in my team that I'm not necessarily happy with for the next 3 fixtures, because in 37 I have Clivert against City away, I believe, yeah, and Isak against Arsenal away. On paper I could actually play Isak against Arsenal away, but at the same time I think I just need to attack the fixtures, and I think in going for Visser over Isak, hopefully he will repay my faith. But Isak's just been a great servant for me, and yeah, hopefully if I do make that switch to Visser, it does actually pay off. But yeah, if you do have Isak, I'm just in a unique position at the moment where I haven't got many problems in my team, touch wood. So yeah, I think he's not a priority to sell this week, but again, he's not a hard sell. So in my position, I'm going to sell him probably to Visser, and then upgrade Livramento to someone like Collins, or as I discussed previously, it may be Diaz if I make the Marmoush switch. But yeah, that's the team for this week. Hopefully I'll get another green arrow. Thank you for watching this episode. If you could please like, subscribe and comment on what I should do next, that would be great. See you in the next one.